Rudolph Bodo Hans von Kirchbach died the 23rd of July 1928 in Dresden, was a Royal Saxon army officer who was a Generaloberst in the First World War and awarded the Pour le Mérite. Life and military career. Hans came from the Saxon nobility Kirchbach and was the son of the Oberland forest master Karl von Kirchbach, Privy Council of Finance and Saxon Royal Chamberlain, and his second wife Josephine von Bodenhausen. Kirchbach attended private school in Auerbach and the higher secondary school of Besenberger and Opelt in Dresden. He joined the army on 1 April 1863, at the age of 14 years, spending 3 years as a cadet in the Royal Saxon Artillery School in Dresden. In May 1866, Kirchbach was assigned to the 19th Foot Artillery and with this regiment took part in the Austro-Prussian War. He was promoted in July 1866 to the rank of second lieutenant and in August joined the 12th Field Artillery. He served with this regiment in the Franco-Prussian War and won the Iron Cross. In 1872, he was promoted to first lieutenant and captain in 1877. Between 1878 and 1881 he served as a regimental and brigade adjutant and as adjutant to the King Albert of Saxony. In 1881, he was appointed battery commander in the 19th Foot Artillery Regiment. He served from 1884 to 1889 as an instructor at the Artillery and Engineering School in Berlin, gaining promotion to major in 1887. In 1889 he returned to the 12th Field Artillery Regiment as commander of the 1st Abteilung. There, in 1891, he was promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel. Kirchbach was transferred to the Saxon War Department in 1893, and became a colonel in 1895, when he was placed in command of the 32nd Field Artillery Regiment. In 1899, now a general major, he was commander of the 40th Field Artillery Brigade, and in 1901, commander of the 23rd Field Artillery Brigade. In 1904 Kirchbach was promoted to General Lieutenant and appointed commander of the 32nd Division. In 1907 he was appointed General der Artillery and commanding general of the 19th Corps. Thus, he held one of the 3 highest positions in the Saxon army during peacetime. Kirchbach received this post even though he had not previously held a general staff position. King Frederick Augustus III of Saxony appointed him in 1912 le suite of the 32nd Field Artillery Regiment. After nearly 6 years as corps commander, Kirchbach retired at the end of November 1913. World War I. Within months of retirement, the First World War broke out. Kirchbach was reactivated and was assigned as the commanding general of the 12th Reserve Corps, part of the predominantly Saxon Third Army on the right wing of the forces that invaded France as part of the Schlieffen Plan offensive in August 1914. He served with this corps on the Western Front over the next 3 years. He fought in 1914 in the First Battle of the Marne, in 1915 in the First Battle of Champagne, in 1916 in the Battle of the Somme and at the Battle of Passchendaele at Ypres in 1917. For his service as a corps commander, he was decorated with the Pour le Mérite on the 11th of August 1916. In December 1917, Kirchbach moved to Eastern Front where he became commander of Army Abteilung D, replacing his cousin General der Infantry Günther Graf von Kirchbach. In January 1918 he was promoted to the rank of Generaloberst. Army Abteilung D was dissolved in October 1918, at which point he retired again. Later life. With the dissolution of Army Abteilung D in early October 1918, he retired after a total of 52 years of service. He lived in Dresden until his death on the 23rd of July 1928. He is buried at the Nordfriedhof Cemetery. Awards. Grand Cross of the Civil Order of Saxony, Grand Cross of the Albert Order mit Golden Star and Swords, Saxon Service Award Cross, Grand Cross of the Bavarian Military Merit Order, Honorary Grand Commander of the Oldenburg House and Merit Order of Peter Frederick Lewis, Grand Cross of the Order of the Red Eagle, Order of the Crown 2nd Class with Star, Iron Cross 2nd Class, Cross of Honor 1st Class, Knight's Cross 1st Class of the Order of the White Falcon, Grand Cross of the Ducal Saxe-Ernestine House Order, Grand Cross of the Order of Frederick, Spanish Head Cross of the Military Order of Merit, Grand Officer of the Order of Saints Maurice and Lazarus, Order of the Iron Crown 1st Class, Iron Cross 1st Class, Military Order of St. Henry Knight's Cross on the 9th of September 1914, Commander 2nd Class on the 9th of October 1915, Commander 1st Class on the 28th of August 1916, Pour le Mérite on the 11th of August 1916. Family. In Dresden on the 29th of September 1873, Kirchbach married Margaretha von Parel-Rammingen, the daughter of the Duke of Brunswick's Chamberlain and Rittmeister Albert von Parel-Rammingen and his wife Elisabeth Martini. They had a son, Hans Karl von Kirchbach, who died in late 1946 in Dresden in the Russian Central Prison, and a daughter, Elisabeth von Kirchbach. Glossary. Army Abteilung or army detachment in the sense of something detached from an army. It is not under the command of an army so as in itself a small army. Army Gruppe or army group in the sense of a group within an army and under its command, generally formed as a temporary measure for a specific task. Heeresgruppe or army group in the sense of a number of armies under a single commander. Bibliography. Von Banch-Stiftung, Wilhelm von Banch-Stiftung, Bertha. Der Königlich Sächsische Militärstreet, Heinrichsorden 1736–1918, ein Ehrenblatt der Sächsischen Armee, Dresden, Kron, Hermann. Imperial German Army 1914–18, Organization, Structure, Orders of Battle, Helion and Amp Co. ISBN 1874622701.